final session before we break for lunch is as much a mystery to me as it is to you, because it's called the Charles Firth Surprise Session. And that's about as much as I know about it. I have been texting busily to people to see if we can get some info, but I think given as a journalist, when you know nothing about something, it's best just to leave it in the hands of the people who know about it to speak about it. So the Charles Firth Surprise Session. Enjoy.
I don't know. Is my headset? Well, yeah, it is. Yeah, I've got no idea why I'm here either, by the way. No, I really don't. I really have. I have no idea why I'm here. Look, I mean, it is a real honour being amongst such amazing thought leaders here today, people who are passionate about giving soil the vote, the voice, and, you know, low carbon solutions to agriculture and, you know, just because the Arctic shelf is melting and everything, and biospherics. But I don't know why I'm the person to sort of be here today. It's not that I hate the environment. I mean, everyone who's been on social media knows that it is very conducive to sustainability. Nothing recycles as much garbage as Twitter. In fact, it's not so much sustainability as regeneration, isn't it, of content over and over again. But we've got, you know, on this lineup today, this morning has just been extraordinary. We've got all these substantial people, such as Ian Kin, and, you know, speaking about how coal is not the future because we can't eat it. I actually have to disagree with that. I eat quite a lot of coal, and it's frankly very delicious. You know, and we've got the Australian of the Year, Tim Flannery, here. He also spoke. Apparently, he only spoke on condition that they named the entire centre after him. Actually, did you know that since Flannery took up his job at the Climate Commission, he's on track to become the first Australian ever to win not only the Australian of the Year, but also the most hated Australian of the Year. But anyway, so the point is, like, and the problem that I sort of have with this lineup and being included on the lineup, and, you know, Amy and I, I'll introduce Amy in a second, is that all the other people speaking here today actually work on ways of making Australia and the environment and the global environment better. What we, in the social media world, deride as doing things. And it's at this point that I should introduce my assistant, Amy Whitfield. Now, Amy is one of these people who was born after the internet became commonplace. So she has never known a world, she's never known a home without access 24/7. I mean, it was dial-up access, she told me derisively initially. Yeah, you've never known a world without social media?
No. Well, I had the internet at home. I used to play Neopets on dial-up, so that was when I was a kid, and that's where it started. And so,
Amy will be helping facilitate, because I mean, I make a lot of money out of social media, but I have no idea what it is. But I
make very little.
But she actually does know what social media is, so she'll be helping us out here today. And the point is that today, I'm not going to tell you, you know, how to get better topsoil with more protozoa, or, you know, how to be able to actually save the planet in some tangible, actual way that will help in any sort of way. Frankly, those things are overrated. Because more important than any of that is whether your solution trends on Twitter. Now, I'm not going to... Should I play the video? I'll play the video then. So, does a tree fall in the forest if it doesn't have its own hashtag? Actually, sorry, that's a mistake. That should have its own hashtag. Now, for those, and I noticed, who doesn't know what a hashtag is? Oh, actually, not too few.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
But Amy, can you explain? Because I don't know whether people know, but there's actually 4 campuses joining in this discussion right at the moment. So, you know, for all we know, other rooms just went like that. And what is a hashtag?
Well, a hashtag is a way of sorting a particular topic based on the hashtag that you use. So the way you make one is you use the hash symbol and it's followed by a word. Now that word is the topic of your hashtag. So if you click or search for that hashtag, you will get a bunch of content in a feed particular to that.
Yeah, so actually I should show you an example. This is the hashtag stream of FACETS. What's the time? 12:20. That's yeah, so it's a little bit out of date, that hashtag. But you can see that people are tweeting all the time. In fact, can everyone get out their smartphones and start tweeting? I've been very disappointed with the level. Oh, it's because I don't have my Wi-Fi on. As you can see, this is seamless. This is why it's a surprise session. Anyway, so...
What's the Wi-Fi password?
Oh, no! Oh. Wait a minute, what was it? It was...
It's the initials of row.
Row your boat gently down the stream. Seamless security. Hey, did they get just broadcast on the ABC? Like, yeah. Okay, I might just set up some BitTorrent pirating. Where were we? Anyway, so here's the live stream. And the whole point about Twitter is it's not really the content even, it's the way you show it. So there's a whole lot of ways to sort of display tweets. And that's just normal Twitter. Anyway, point is, what are we doing? So social media campaigning is all about coming up with new and interesting ways for people to connect and share ideas and causes using buzzwords such as crowdsource without ever actually having to do anything, right? So, for example, if Dr. Eva Nitzert spent more time posting on her Tumblr or updating her Pinterest rather than analysing complex statistics to solve the tension between social justice and environmental sustainability, then I think we can all agree that our lunchtime breaks spent browsing the internet on our smartphones would be a whole lot more rewarding. You know, the Gini coefficient of high-carbon countries, boring. A funny video about genies, interesting. And that's where social media comes in. So what can the doers... What can the doers... This is a really... this is my lesson, yes. What can the do... I'm glad I went back to that. Like, you really got more knowledge now. What can the doers learn from us here today about social media? Like, how can you actually... I thought today what we'd do is I'd actually demonstrate in real time, because social media is very real time, what the sort of things that social media can do, and prove to you the incredible usefulness of social media in enabling you to have the appearance of doing without actually doing anything. And to do this, what I've done is recklessly under-prepare this speech. And instead, what I'm going to do is get you guys to actually crowdsource the speech for me. So what we're going to do is, and this will either prove the incredible utility of social media or probably more likely the futility of social media. So what we have to do is we have to come up with a hashtag for what our discussion is going to be. We're going to create our own hashtag. We've got the FACETS hashtag, which is the sort of central thing, but just for this session, we will have... so which ones do people want? Mate, I'll tell you what we'll do is... they're Amy's suggestions. What we'll do is everyone get out their Twitter and can you just hashtag some tweets with hashtag suggestions about what the hashtag should be. Does everyone get that? Everyone? So if we'll just go to the... Has anyone actually typed it? Can you go down into the audience and help people sort of... with their Twitter. Have we got any hashtag...
Does anyone need a hand?
So what I'll do is I'll look up hashtag suggestions. And I think what we'll do is we might just go with the first one, seeing as this is a complete shambles. Hashtag suggestions. Let's see. Hey, I'm on the screen. Hashtag suggestions. Get on with it.
Why am I the only one up there?
Oh, here
Come
we
on.
go. Lunch beckons. Thanks. Yeah, great. Okay, we'll go with lunch beckons. Okay, everyone start tweeting using the hashtag lunch beckons, and this can become our own private conversation, not just here, across all 4 campuses. This is revolutionary, guys. This is, I mean, imagine the way ideas and causes and research and lunch can be spread virally, sort of in real time. It's almost like having a conversation with somebody. And the idea is, so you use the hashtag lunchbeckons, and if you could just give us suggestions for what this speech should be, and then we'll make the speech. Really working, this thing. Anyway, well, perhaps what I should do is, while we're waiting for those hashtags to come up, to just actually sort of tell you what's going on here, which is that, and just to sort of make a point, which is, people get confused about what the question the internet answers is. No, I don't mean just about lunch. Don't just think about lunch. I'm saying you're working hard for the lunch. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, as you can see, this is total great. Glad I did this. Glad I drove up from Sydney at 6 a.m. this morning. So Paul Ford, who's this great social media theorist, has this idea. And isn't it lovely to present a speech when everyone's just presenting their, keep talking, Charles. Sorry, this message has no substance. Oh, that's just like Twitter, yeah. But social media theory. What I want to say is the actual. Oh, that's true. That is true. I think people get confused about. This is so complicated because you're laughing at something that's not me, and it's like really confronting and degrading. But okay, so social media theorist Paul Ford, what he says is that every medium answers a certain question. So newspapers as a medium answer the question: how do I make my morning coffee more interesting? Public radio makes doing the dinner more interesting. Every medium has that. And the reason why people have got confused about the internet over the years is that it's very good at replicating other mediums. So it's good at looking a bit like a newspaper or a magazine or doing radio. But the actual question that actually the internet answers, the actual question of the internet is, and it actually answers why social media is such a core function of the internet, which is, it's the answer to the question, why wasn't I consulted? And if you look at, you put up an article, you put up a PhD research paper on the internet, if you leave the comments open long enough, it'll be somebody going, oh, that's stupid, or, yeah, that was good, or, yeah, giving their own. People log on to the internet expecting to be looking to be. Yeah, maybe let's regenerate. Thank you. Okay. Anyway, so the point is that actually social media is actually very good at spreading ideas and research and everything like that. But if you are using the internet to sort of try and spread your research and ideas and your causes and, more protozoa in soil today, whatever it is that you're wanting to achieve, just bear in mind when you're engaging the internet to help do that you have to provide a platform in which people feel as if they're consulted, that actually that is part and part, then you will start to succeed and you can actually have rapid sort of growth in spreading your causes and chaos. Yeah. Thank you. But
Well,
your first tweet to me just back then was, look, I'm on the screen.
Yeah.
Social media is,
I'm always on the screen. My devices never leave
Yeah.
me, and that's the thing. Hashtags are not only used on Twitter, they're used on things like Instagram as well, and I don't know how many people here use Instagram or have heard of it. A couple. Anyways, it's a new social media platform, but it's based on iPhones or Androids. It's an app, and you share photos and you put trendy filters over them. And anyways, you can actually post what you had for breakfast without being judged on Instagram, because your mobile devices are an extension of yourself. So I did a bit of a search this morning, and for the hashtag of organic, now almost 200,000 images have been posted on Instagram with the hashtag organic. Many of them are from breakfast, but others are also farmers markets, halls and stuff like that. So people are actually talking on these mediums, and it'd be good to listen in and contribute and engage there. The other thing I wanted to say was about the culture of communication as an extension of ourselves, because it's there, and especially for those of us who have grown up on the web. Now, we don't think about it as a virtual world. It is just an extension of our reality. So it's where we share, it's where we talk, and it's where I'm living. So, yeah.
Yeah. And I think that is how we planned that before. This is very well rehearsed, actually. And I suppose the point is that, like, my generation, not her generation, my generation and the generation of people, what is going on, actually look at the internet as a thing, and social media as a thing, whereas she looks at it as part of her personality, like... It's
another place where I live and communicate, so it's not a virtual world, it's just my world.
And so for her, actually spreading a conversation across 4 campuses with some sort of crazy ADHD style thing in the background. Like, she's not nervous with all this happening and everything like that, whereas I'm just going, what the hell is going on? So, and I suppose does that really link into my case line? Yes, I think it does, which is that the internet is an extraordinarily powerful thing that is the way to link. I mean, we're talking about a global problem that we're facing up to here. How do you link people from all around the planet, or, in the case of FACETS, it was all around the eastern seaboard of rural Australia, together to actually sort of share ideas and things like that. The internet is obviously the key, but don't be afraid of the implications of that. It's not a one-way medium, it is a two-way medium, and you just have to get used to it, even though I don't think I've got used to it at all.
And just on the topic of my searches this morning, I also searched for topsoil. Now, all that came up was pictures of a band, so I think we need to change that. I want to see more bugs from the soil on Instagram.
What was the URL of the...
The Statigram.
Statigram. Gram. You can do this at home later. There. See, there you go. And this is Instagram. We've got topsoil. Boom. Very useful. Now our time's running out. Now, do you want to see the video that I produced specially for you guys about sustainability? Yeah. Oh, there you go. Why wasn't I consulted? Just go back to the beginning. Here it is. Okay, we'll just end
Water
with this.
is such a scarce resource in Australia, and really we've got to be making sure we're conserving and protecting water, because we use a shitload of it in our mining operations. I'm a paid extra. This is my story. I'm an environmental manager for a big coal company, which means shit all, really. My job is to taste test all the river water we pollute. This is beautiful country. My job is to strip mine it. We're even going to tear up my son's footy oval. Love going jogging, right past all the riverbeds we're about to drain. Our environmental plan is basically to show you a whole lot of fields of wheat, even though wheat has nothing to do with mining, except maybe all the irrigation water we're going to steal from them. There it is, right there now, little pond. Just get some big computers and use it to pump all the water to us. I think the main reason we need so much water is because we wash the coal with water. You're not quite sure why we do that, actually, and it doesn't really seem necessary. Maybe it's something to do with clean coal. There I am, wasting some more water, just on the bitumen. There's a huge lake of water. See that? That's our little stockpile of water. That used to be a field of wheat. Now it's just trucks. Not that it matters for us, of course. We're not planning to stick around. By the time I've finished this job, I'm hoping I'll have a post overseas.